Matrix is a 1999 science fiction action film written and directed by the Wachowskis. It is the first installment in the Matrix film series. The film follows a hacker named Neo who discovers that the world he knows is actually a computer-generated simulation. Neo joins a resistance movement fighting against the machines that have enslaved humanity. The movie features numerous very spectacular shootout scenes with slow motion, and as a result, a variety of firearms can be seen throughout. Let's start by going through the handguns featured in the film. Trinity, played by Carrie Ann Moss, carries a pair of Beretta 84 FS Cheetahs chambered in .380 ACP as her sidearms in the film. Originally, the pistols were intended to be 9x19mm Beretta 92Fs. The Cheetahs were ultimately chosen because Moss has small hands, and full-size Beretta 92Fs would have appeared oversized in her grip. Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, takes at least 2 pairs of 9x19mm caliber Beretta 92FS pistols with him on his mission to save Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne. What's unusual and perhaps a bit amusing is that in the scene, Neo carries several copies of the same gun. The idea is that it's faster for him to grab a new loaded gun from his belt than to reload the one he's been using. Neo shoots with 2 Berettas at the same time, so grabbing new loaded guns is quicker. This same practice was followed in the 1600s to 1700s with muzzle-loading firearms. In battle, it was faster to take a loaded pistol from the belt than to reload the pistol again. Throughout the film, the agents, including Agent Smith, portrayed by Hugo Weaving, are prominently seen carrying IMI Desert Eagle Mark 19 pistols chambered in .50 Action Express. The Wachowskis specifically selected the Desert Eagle to serve as the signature sidearm for the agents. In the opening scene, the police officers raiding Trinity's hideout are armed with 9x19mm caliber Glock 17 pistols as their sidearms. A rubber version of the Glock was also used for stunts during filming. A continuity error later shows Neo switching from a Zastava CZ99 to a Glock 17 during the deja vu scene when Agent Smith pulls him through the wall. Additionally, during the lobby and rooftop shootouts at the agent-controlled building, the soldiers that Neo and Trinity face appear to have Glock 17s holstered on their hips. Apak, played by Julian Arahanga, gives Neo his 9x19mm caliber Zastava CZ99 pistol as they attempt to flee from an agent-led SWAT assault after visiting the Oracle. The CZ99 is a Yugoslavian-made pistol based on the P220 series, but is actually a very different weapon. Although it closely resembles the Sig Sauer P228, it can be distinguished by features such as its takedown lever and decocking lever, which are differently shaped compared to those on the P228. Switch, played by Belinda McClory, carries a silver chrome Browning high power chambered in 9x19mm as her weapon of choice. She first uses it in the car, holding Neo at gunpoint to keep him still, while Trinity removes the bug, the agents planted inside him. Later, she uses the weapon to provide cover fire alongside Apak, taking out several SWAT team members as the others manage to escape. In the lobby shooting scene, a lobby guard attempts to use a 3-inch heavy-barreled Smith & Wesson Model 10 revolver chambered in .38 Special before Trinity shoots him. Next, submachine guns. In the lobby scene, both Neo and Trinity use 9x19 caliber micro Uzi submachine guns. Trinity uses one to take out one of the first guards, while Neo uses 2 to suppress soldiers behind cover. The weapons featured in the scene are genuine military models, distinguishable by their bent trigger guards. The folding stocks have been removed from the guns. Apak, played by Julian Arahanga, wields a Cobra M11/9, and uses it to provide cover fire as he and the others flee during the SWAT team assault. The 9x19mm Cobra M11-9 seen in the movie is a civilian market, semi-automatic version of the original Mach 11 submachine gun. In the film, the weapon is meant to represent a Mach 10 submachine gun. For the movie, the Cobra was converted to full auto and a thread protector was added to the barrel. Neo selects weapons from the virtual armory for the lobby scene. He picks up a Heckler & Koch MP5K and uses a pair of them to eliminate the first set of guards. Real 9x19mm MP5K submachine guns were not used in the film. Instead, civilian market Heckler & Koch SP-89 semi-automatic pistols were utilized. The guns were modified by installing the MP5K foregrip and replacing the entire trigger group assembly to achieve full auto fire. In the same lobby shootout scene, Neo uses a pair of custom-built SA-VZ61 Scorpion submachine guns. The original 32 ACP caliber SA-VZ61 Scorpions had their folding stocks removed, pistol grips installed, fitted with 30-round magazines, and custom-made muzzle shrouds added. As with several other firearms used in the film, rubber versions of the Scorpions were also made for stunts. A humorous detail in the film is that when Neo fires the SA-VZ61 Scorpions, the shell casings shown falling to the ground are actually much larger 5.56 by 45mm rifle casings, not the much smaller 32 ACP casings the real Scorpions would eject. The shotguns in the movie. In the lobby shootout scene, several soldiers are armed with 12-gauge Frenchy SPAS 12 shotguns, one of which is taken by Trinity and used against a soldier. The versions carried by the soldiers feature a solid fixed polymer stock with a pistol grip. This is significant because SPAS 12 is commonly seen in films with its distinctive folding stock with a butt hook. The Frenchy SPAS 12 is an exceptional shotgun because it can fire single shots like any pump-action shotgun, but it also has a semi-auto mode, which allows firing without manually cycling the weapon. The most unique weapon featured in the movie is the cam-operated, electric-driven automatic 12-gauge shotguns used by Mouse, played by Matt Doran. The shotguns were equipped with 25 shell cylinders, and their firing rate was 900 rounds per minute. These weapons were built for the film by the movie's lead armorer, John Bowring. 2 units were made, as seen in the movie, and they were named after the Wachowskis' original names, Andy and Larry. The weapons had a unique design, not directly based on any existing shotgun models. However, the 12-gauge Manville Model M12 machine gas projector shares many similar designs with Mouse's shotguns. The weapon also shows similarities to the high-standard Model 10A shotgun. Next, let's take a look at the rifles featured in the film. In the visually striking lobby shootout scene, Neo and Trinity encounter the security guard's backup in the form of a unit of Army soldiers. The majority of the soldiers Neo and Trinity face are armed with 55.56 by 45mm caliber M16 SP1 rifles with slab-side receivers. The M16s used in the scene are a mix of rifles with 3-prong flash hiders and rifles with M16A1 style birdcage flash hiders. For the film, rubber versions of the M16 rifles were also used. In addition to the Army soldiers, Neo also uses M16s in the lobby scene while cartwheeling across the lobby. He is also seen using an M16 during the rooftop sequence. During the Deja Vu shootout scene, the SWAT officers are armed with Australian-made Leader Dynamics T2 MK5 short-barreled assault rifles in 5.56 by 45mm caliber. These weapons are relatively rare to see in films. The guns used in the movie had 11.5-inch barrels and were equipped with custom-made forearms designed to hold both a tactical flashlight and a laser sight. The choice of weapons for the film might seem unusual, but since the film was shot in Sydney, Australia, the appearance of these weapons on SWAT officers makes sense. In the movie's virtual armory scene, a large variety of firearms can be seen on the racks in the background. Some of the notable weapons include Sterling L2A3 submachine guns, Cobra M11-9s, Beretta 92FS pistols, Heckler & Koch USP pistols, Glocks, Micro Uzis, Zastava CZ99 pistols, Savy 61 Scorpions, Madsen M50 submachine guns, AKMs, M60 machine guns, Steyr MPI 69s, a Sterling SMG, and ESA VZ58 assault rifles. On the shelves, you can also spot weapons such as Heckler & Koch MP5Ks, M16 rifles, Owen submachine guns, M-Mine 28 A1 Thompsons, M1A1 Thompsons, and an M1 Garand. Finally, the minigun scene in the movie. In the scene where Neo rescues Morpheus, he spectacularly fires a 7.62 by 51mm caliber GE M134 minigun, which is mounted on a Bell 212 helicopter. According to the film's armorer, John Bowering, the gun was adjusted to fire at half the actual firing rate. The weapon fired 3,000 rounds per minute instead of the full 6,000 rounds per minute. Despite the slow motion scene and the halved firing rate in the movie, the gun fires at an extremely fast rate. Hope you enjoyed the video. Write in the comments what you thought of the Matrix movie and what things and details you found in the movie yourself. Also remember to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's worth doing so. It's free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when more interesting videos about firearms in movies are uploaded to the channel.